The chilling silence of Inokashira Park, a verdant sanctuary in the heart of Tokyo, was shattered by an event that would forever stain its tranquil reputation. It was an act so brutal, so visceral, that it defied the very essence of peace the park was meant to embody. This was not a story of a single, swift moment of violence, but a macabre tableau discovered piece by piece, a horrifying puzzle left for the authorities and the public to assemble. The Inokashira Park dismemberment, as it came to be known, was a crime that not only shocked Japan but also, in its aftermath, sparked a different kind of introspection for those who delve into the darker corners of human nature. The discovery began on a seemingly ordinary day, a day like any other in the bustling metropolis. Yet, beneath the surface of everyday life, a grotesque secret lay concealed. On July 13, 2017, a discovery was made that would send ripples of fear and revulsion through the city. A park employee, a man named Kenji Tanaka, who had worked in Inokashira for over a decade, his face etched with the quiet weariness of routine, stumbled upon a chilling sight that would forever alter his perception of normalcy. Tanaka, a man known for his meticulous attention to detail and his quiet, almost solitary nature, was conducting his usual morning rounds. In a secluded area of Inokashira Park, near the dense, whispering bamboo groves that often muffled the city's clamor and provided a natural barrier from the main pathways, he found a human head nestled amongst fallen leaves. This was not merely a disturbing find. It was the first horrifying clue in a case that would unfold with chilling precision, revealing the depths of depravity that can lie hidden within the most ordinary of settings. The initial shock of finding a human head quickly escalated as further searches of the park, driven by an urgent sense of dread and the grim determination of police forensic teams, began. Detectives, their faces grim and their movements precise, meticulously combed the area, their senses heightened by the unfolding horror. They employed specialized tools, carefully sifting through the undergrowth and examining every discarded wrapper and fallen branch. Disconnected body parts, meticulously concealed beneath loose soil and discarded refuse in various nooks and crannies of the sprawling park, began to surface, each discovery painting a more terrifying picture of the violence that had transpired. The dismembered remains, scattered and hidden with a disturbing care, spoke of a deliberate and methodical act, a chilling testament to a perpetrator's cold, calculated intent. Inokashira Park, nestled in the vibrant Musashino city, is a beloved urban oasis, a sprawling expanse of green dotted with ancient trees, a picturesque lake where swan boats glide serenely, and winding pathways shaded by mature foliage. It's a place where families picnic on checkered blankets, couples stroll hand in hand beneath the dappled sunlight, and children chase pigeons with uninhibited glee, a stark contrast to the grim reality that unfolded within its boundaries. The park's natural beauty, its tranquil waters reflecting the cerulean sky, and the gentle rustling of leaves usually provided a soothing balm to city dwellers. However, on that fateful July day, this idyllic setting became the stage for unspeakable horror. The discovery was made near the park's famed Ghibli Museum, an area usually buzzing with the joyful sounds of animation enthusiasts and the vibrant colors of merchandise, making the contrast with the gruesome find all the more jarring. The head was discovered in a plain plastic bag, a detail that suggested an attempt at concealment, a chilling precursor to the meticulous nature of the crime. The air, usually filled with the scent of pine and damp earth, now seemed heavy with an unspoken dread. The true horror of the Inokashira Park dismemberment lay not just in the physical act of violence, but in the questions it raised about the human capacity for cruelty. It forced a confrontation with the darker aspects of human nature, the potential for savagery that can exist beneath the veneer of civilization. The scattered remains in the park served as a stark reminder that even in places of beauty and recreation, unimaginable acts can occur, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. The psychological impact of such a crime extends beyond the immediate victims and their families. It seeps into the collective consciousness, prompting reflection on safety, vulnerability, and the inherent mysteries of the human psyche. It is in the face of such profound horror that a peculiar phenomenon can emerge, a reaction that, while seemingly counterintuitive, is deeply human. For many, the constant exposure to true crime narratives, to the grisly details of unsolved mysteries and brutal murders, the initial shock and revulsion, the gut-wrenching empathy for the victims, can, over time, begin to recede. This is not necessarily a sign of callousness or a lack of humanity, but rather a complex psychological adaptation. The human mind, in its attempt to cope with overwhelming information, can build defenses, creating a buffer against the constant barrage of violence and suffering. This very phenomenon was recently brought to light in an online forum, where a user posed a candid question, questions about being desensitized to crime scenes. The post, referencing the Inokashira Park dismemberment as a case study, wasn't about the crime itself, but about the poster's internal experience of processing such information. They articulated a growing concern about their own emotional response, or lack thereof, when confronted with the graphic details of horrific events. The poster wondered if their ability to read about dismemberments, gruesome murders, and unsolved mysteries without experiencing intense distress was a sign of becoming hardened, of losing their capacity for empathy, or if it was simply a normal, albeit perhaps unsettling, byproduct of engaging with the true crime genre. This introspective post highlights the profound human element at play even when discussing the most depraved acts. The poster, a consumer of true crime, is not a perpetrator, nor a direct victim, but a witness from a distance, wrestling with their own psychological landscape. Their vulnerability in admitting this internal conflict speaks volumes. They are grappling with a cognitive dissonance, intellectually understanding the horror of a crime like the Inokashira Park dismemberment, yet not feeling the visceral emotional impact that one might expect. Is this desensitization a betrayal of the victims, a sign that the sheer volume of shared tragedy has rendered them numb? Or is it a testament to the mind's resilience, its ability to compartmentalize and process even the most disturbing information without being consumed by it? The fear of becoming desensitized, of losing one's empathy, is a deeply human concern, a testament to the desire to remain connected to our emotional core, especially in the face of overwhelming darkness. The community surrounding Inokashira Park, a mix of quiet residential neighborhoods with meticulously maintained gardens and bustling commercial districts filled with the aroma of street food, was thrown into a state of shock. Residents, many of whom frequented the park for recreation and relaxation, found their sense of security profoundly shaken. The idyllic image of their neighborhood, a place where families felt safe and children played freely, was irrevocably tarnished. The presence of the Ghibli Museum, a beacon of wonder and creativity, adjacent to the crime scene, only amplified the surreal horror of the situation. The juxtaposition of childhood innocence and brutal violence was a stark reminder of the pervasive nature of darkness, capable of intruding upon even the most cherished spaces. Local businesses reported a dip in foot traffic as people became more hesitant to visit the park, and the once familiar sounds of the city, the distant sirens and the chatter of pedestrians, seemed to take on a more ominous tone, imbued with a new layer of dread. The psychological impact of the Inokashira Park dismemberment rippled far beyond the immediate discovery. It forced a societal reckoning with the darker undercurrents of human behavior. The crime served as a stark reminder that beneath the surface of a seemingly orderly and peaceful society, acts of extreme violence can occur, leaving behind a profound sense of unease. For those who consume true crime content, the case, like many others, prompts a deep introspection. The question of desensitization, as raised in the online forum, is not about a lack of care, but about the mind's natural inclination to create coping mechanisms. It's a testament to our resilience, our ability to process even the most horrific information, but it also raises questions about the nature of empathy and our evolving relationship with violence in the digital age. The memory of the dismembered remains in Inokashira Park serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring mysteries of the human psyche, prompting us to question not only the perpetrators of such acts, but also our own responses to the darkness they unleash.